Hello, welcome to the Gothenburg Learning Center. My name is Matt Nielsen.
My name is Alex Rosa.
And today we're here to talk to you about end losses that can occur. And so, past couple of weeks we were unfortunate and had very dry conditions, warm weather, and not a lot of rain. So last week we were fortunate enough to have a nice rainfall. Now with that can come good emergence and germination from the crops that are in the ground and good pre-herbicide applications with that. Now on the flip side, with that rain, some fields were either left saturated or flooded, and there's consequences that can come from that. And what would those be, Alex?
So Matt, one of the main consequences is the nitrogen loss, and that can happen in three different ways that are most common. The first one would be nitrogen runoff, and that loss is basically happen at the time of the rainfall event, right? And the other one is the nitrogen leaching, which is the movement of nitrogen in the soil profile, deep in the soil profile, away from the root zone, so the plant don't have access to that. And a third way is the nitrogen denitrification, which happens in a flooded or saturated condition for more than a week. And it's basically nitrogen that is in a nitrate form transformed to a gas form, so it becomes unavailable for plant uptake. Now, this whole scenario is more common in corn because we apply nitrogen to corn, right? But it can also happen to soybean. Especially, we are talking about the inoculation. So if farmers are concerned that their soybean fields are having issues with inoculation and nitrogen fixation, you can dig a few plants when soybeans reach V3 growth stage and look for those pink nodules. If that's the case, you're good to go. You don't need to apply any nitrogen. So Matt, what producers can do to mitigate or to alleviate this issue with nitrogen loss?
Sure. So some ways after your field's obviously no more standing water, it's not flooded anymore, what you can do is a soil test, and that can tell you approximately how much nitrogen, if you had any loss, how much to apply. Another way you can do it is a field observation or a visual observation, where if the crops are growing and you start to see some discoloration of the crops, that's probably a good indicator that you're short on nitrogen and need to apply more. There's another way also with the chlorophyll meter where you actually attach the device to the plant, and that's a reading of how much nitrogen is lost within the plant as well. Now, so with corn, typically if we're going to apply nitrogen, we typically side dress about V6 to V8, and with soybeans you can typically look around V3 and a little bit later on that with soybeans to apply if you need to apply any. So with that, thank you very much for your time, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching this video from the Gothenburg Water Utilization Learning Center. For more information, please call 308-537-4500.